These are my classes. I am nearsighted, but I'm not wearing them now. Without them, the room is blurred, and I can't see the dozen of eyes staring back at me. It might sound strange, but this blur really brings me comfort, because in this haze, I can pretend the fear isn't here. The fear of being judged, the fear of failing on a stage, and the fear of disappointing, not just myself, but everyone who believes in me. But today, on the stage, I will wear my classes and sit at my new partner. Wow, completely a different view. Well, from a very young age, I was taught that fear is something to be conquered. But as I grew older, I realized fear isn't just your enemy. It's a constant companion. The fear of failure, the fear of disappointment, and the fear of the unknown, they all work beside me, inside us, whispering doubts and insecurities. And today, I am standing here not as someone who has conquered fear, but as someone who had learned how to dance with it. And instead of letting it paralyze me, I decided to let it push me forward. And welcome to Fear as a Catalyst, transforming anxiety into action. Growing up in the family with high expectation brings me an overwhelming sense of responsibilities. The fear of failure is not just personal. It feels like the weight of family honor, and the sacrifice rests on my shoulders. Honestly speaking, my parents, they invest a lot of money in providing me with the best education and skill, which make me more afraid to letting them down and wasting the hard-earned money. And this fear is polarizing. I was born to say, I'm scared the feeling of disappointment, failure, and the unknown. But with the expectation, I'm forced to say, I can do it, and I have to do it. That's why when I was in grade 10, I made a bold decision to confront my fear by entering a citywide school MC competitions. The day that I registered for the event, my night became sleepless battlegrounds, and my mind were relentless torrent of anxiety. Political questions like, what if I don't speak well and everyone judges me? What if I mispronounce the judge's name and humiliate myself? Or what if I fail miserably? The thoughts haunted me day and night, casting a shadow over my every waking moments. And despite the overwhelming fear, I resolved to go through with it. On the day of the competitions, my hands were shaking that I need to drink water to calm my nerve, and I have to count from 1 to 10 to steady my racing heart and imagine a positive outcome. I practiced tirelessly and rehearsed every word and gesture. But the fear, it was so real. It's inside me, and I feel like it's almost a physical presence waiting on me. As I stepped onto the stage, I feel like I was walking into a land dance. My heart battled so loudly that I thought everyone could hear it. And those 10 minutes feel like forever. As I stepped off the stage, still trembling and hurting, someone grabbed my hand and asked how I could be so confident. Well, I was shocked and stunned. I thought she were asking to the wrong persons. And her question left me so baffled that I needed to ask her if she were really asking me. I was so surprised and just asked her how I looked on the stage. To her, to them, I looked confident and self-assured. But inside, I had been fighting a war against my fear, and no one knew that. So this unexpected moment made me realize that while fear can consume us, it doesn't always define how others see us. And then a few days later, I got a result that I had failed. I was sad, but not that sad, because I found it's where my turning point. Although it's where I failure, it's also my first achievements and lessons. And this unexpected moment opened my eye into a profound truth, that things are rarely as terrifying as we imagine. Our brain and our mind just conjure up the worst case scenarios and trapping us in the web of fears and doubts. But in reality, those fears are just shadows. I realized I was my own worst enemy, plagued by the fear of disappointment, failure, and the unknown. And this pattern pursued me in every situation and competition that I faced. Each time, when I stepped onto the stage, my hand would shake, my heart would race, my body would in a sheer panic. But instead of succumbing to the fear, I chose to confront with it. So, are you agree with me that life throws us into the unknown all the time? It's just like we standing in the rain and we have no idea how long it will pour, but you can either run for covers or dance in it. And when applying for the scholarships in various universities, I felt both fortunate and saturated by my parents' support, but I also grappled with the fear of the unknown. How could I handle living independently in the foreign country? Would my future career justify my parents' heavy investment in me? Despite the thoughts of uncertainties, my desire to explore the world and discover myself prevailed, leading me to choose Canada for my study next year. And I have good news for you guys. I just got the visa accepted 2 days ago, and I'm ready to go to my new school. So like what is that? Fear is natural. It's a part of life. So it equips us to build our inner confidence and teach us something, teach me something very, very valuable lessons. And today, I'm proudly served as a school ambassador 2023, take a mic in a talk show, be the MC in my hometown, won the debate competition, all thanks to my fear, my greatest teacher. Fear is a signal that we're pushing ourselves. But if you haven't felt fear in a while, it's time to ask yourself if you're truly challenged yourself. With that fear, we stagnate and live in our comfort zone. But embracing fear means we open the door for countless opportunities. Think about it. We often let our mind dominate our decisions and seeking for the easier path of avoidance or surrender. And with fears, negative thoughts always come first. That's why we're easy to think, what if things go wrong? So when we allow the thoughts to control our mind, it will close the door of countless opportunities. So what if we flip the script? How about we start asking, what if things go right? Think of your life like an adventure novel. Every story has twists and turns, the moments of uncertainties and cliffhangers, and this unknown are what make the story exciting and worth reading. Embracing the journey that life offers, and stepping into that journey with the confidence that whatever happens, you will grow from the experience and achievements. And maybe the next chapter of your life is the most thrilling one yet. Sometimes we often force ourselves to conquer fear as quick as possible to have a better life. But I want to remind you that if we constantly push yourself to confront it head-on, it could be counterproductive and you may burn out. My 11th grade of high school, one of my most challenging years ever. If someone asked me, I want to come back to this time, I would say no. But I feel very grateful that I went through it. I was juggling an overwhelming load, studied bilingual program, participating in different contexts, working in a student council, and preparing for my study abroad applications, all while trying to meet my parents' high expectations. Just thinking about it gave me chills. I thought that I could handle it all, but no, I couldn't. The more I tried, the more I fell. The harder I pushed, the more exhausted I became. My life became chaotic, just like with juggling ball. Handling 2 is easy, but try juggling 3, 4, 5 or more. leading to dropping them all. And I was in that situation. The more I tried, the more I felt stressed and nearly drained. I had to come to a painful realization that I couldn't keep this up. So I decided to focus on the most important tasks that applying for my study abroad and cut back on the rest. I no longer pressed myself to achieve the top grades in every subject, and I asked another student to temporarily take my place in the student council to help me be more concentrated on my applications and regain some balance. And luckily, this approach paid off. I received a lot of letters of acceptance in various universities, and I also see that when I'm stepping back, I have given a new leader in my school a chance to shine. So this not only lightened my load, but it also made me feel satisfied in my decisions and also meet my parents' expectation too. So I want to remind you that if you're constantly pushing yourself to confront the challenge head on, it's not the best path. Sometimes with stepping back, it can help us to gain the perspective of what really matters to us. It's important to acknowledge fear, listening to its message, and developing an effective strategies. And it's okay for ourselves to challenge, but in a way that respects our emotional limits. It's a marathon, not a sprint. So balance is crucial for the true growth and lasting success. A month ago, I wondered, will my story inspire people? I'm just a student. Can the audience take any impactful message or ideas from my speech? And 20 minutes ago, if you had seen me in that corner, you would thought I was a zombie because I was shaking and pale and nervous. But here I am, standing in front of you and showing how fear can be a catalyst, transforming from anxiety into action. We suffer more in imagination than in reality, and our human ability is extraordinary. Our ability to adapt, thrive, and overcome is remarkable. So embrace this change and takes our mental resilience. Transforming from anxiety into actions is an ongoing journey. It's a continuous cycle from facing fear, embracing fear, and learning from both success and failure. And for those of us who come to family with high expectation, the journey got to be more meaningful. So as you leave here today, just remember, fear is not something to be conquered, but to be embraced. Let us use it like the fuel on your journey, and our strength is ballast, so they guide you to your greatest adventure. Thank you.